as we listen to your word, let our heart receive it. So, we are just so grateful that we are here at your presence tonight, Father. All the praises of your people belongs to you, God. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Verse 7. A merchant in whose hands are false balances, he loves to oppress. Okay, so Ephraim, Israel, had become wealthy dishonestly. All right? He's cheating and conniving. And do you think God approves of that? No way. Turn to Hebrews 4:13, and it says this, "And there is no creature hidden from his sight, but all things are naked and open to the eyes of him to whom we must give an account." Okay. See that dude right there? God's going to hold him accountable. He was a dishonest merchant. I mean, we all have opportunities to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they give us back the wrong change or, I don't know. It just seemed like, it seems like it happens all the time. And we could just let it go because no one would know. But this verse haunts me.
Yeah, the one who matters.
Hebrews 4:13. God sees. And verse 8, Ephraim has said, "Ah, but I am rich. I have found wealth for myself. In all my labors they cannot find in me iniquity or sin." Talk about puffed up and proud, right? He felt like he was able to buy his way with money. Can we buy our way into heaven with money? Into God's graces with money? Hosea prophesied during a time, we've already discussed this, when there was great abundance. Everything was going so well. But spiritually and morally, they were in decay. And it sounds very much like us today. But isn't it interesting that when things are going well and there's prosperity, we think, oh, I can do this. I'm okay, God. I'll check with you later. But it's not until things go wrong that we turn to Him. Isn't that a shame? It's human nature. This is how we are. We just get a little comfortable and we get busy with our lives, and then something goes wrong and then we hit our knees, don't we? Think about, and I know you're all old enough here, I think, to remember 9/11. You know, we were in prosperity, doing great, doing wonderfully well, and then that happened, and all of a sudden, everybody was talking about God. God help us.
That's right. That's right.
And He was being lifted up.
That's right.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Churches
And
filled in.
then, you know what, we forgot
This
about
time,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, God. Okay,
Sad.
you know, we're okay now. He got us through it. Isn't that how He is, even with us in our own lives? Verse 9, "I am the Lord your God from the land of Egypt. I will again make you dwell in tents, as in the days of the appointed feast. I spoke to the prophets. It was I who multiplied visions, and through the prophets gave parables." Okay, He's saying, I am the Lord. Who did I speak through? The prophets. And so He's speaking through Hosea here. People did not like what Hosea was saying. It was annoying them. Though Israel was enjoying financial prosperity and fine homes, God's judgment was going to change everything. It's going to bring them into exile, and guess where they would be living? In tents again. Yeah. And whatever God says occurs. God cannot lie. And this is why I believe the Bible, because so many prophecies like this were spoken by God. And sure enough, they happened.
Yeah.
They were back in tents. They were no longer living in ease. They were in exile. No more comfortable homes. This judgment is certain because God has spoken it by the prophets, yet they did not listen. Verse 11, if there is iniquity in Gilead, they shall surely come to nothing. I want to stop right there. When I say Gilead, what do you guys think of? Healing balm. Yes, Mary, that's right. The healing balm of Gilead. Sometimes we'll pray over someone else and say, Lord, just pour the healing balm of Gilead over this person. But here it says there's iniquity in Gilead, even Gilead. It's a place where there should be a balm to heal the wound, but it's become a place of sin. Verse 11 continues, in Gilgal they sacrifice bulls. Their altars also are like stone heaps on the furrows of the field. Jacob fled to the land of Aram. There Israel served for a wife, and for a wife he guarded sheep. Why did he serve for a wife? What's that all about?
He worked for her.
He was in love with Rachel. Her dad said, you have to work how many years?
Was it 8?
7 years to marry
Did he
her.
have to do that twice?
Yes.
No.
Well, yeah, talk about deception.
Yeah.
What Laban was the dad. And what did he do after 7 years? Jacob worked because he wanted to marry Rachel. The dad tricked him. Was there a veil over her face?
Yeah, and he was drunk too. From
He was drunk.
So he didn't.
The moral of the story is don't get drunk. You could end up married to somebody you don't want to be. Well, that happened to him. And he was so upset because now here he is married to Leah, and he wanted Rachel. And it was her sister. And he had to work another 7 years because Jacob went to Laban and said, hey, what? How could you do this to me? And Laban says, well, you work another 7 years and then you can marry Rachel. Well, he loved Rachel so much that he was willing. He worked another 7 years. And then he married Rachel, and then he had Leah too. He just had them both. And the story, I know you all coming here, if you've not been used to Bible study, you're probably shocked. Some of the things we're learning here, but I mean, it's really neat that God didn't hold back from us, even the sordid details. But there was redemption for everyone. No one can sin so badly that there's not redemption available for that person.